Ladies and gentlemen, we are back to Warcraft here with GCS Asia Qualifier number 2 for the Winter Edition, and we are in the lower bracket final. That is Night Elf versus Human, that is Old School versus New School, that is Czech versus Romantic.
And how perfectly timed this break was, because already our game is up. It's gonna be on Amazonia to start with, and I always enjoy seeing this matchup. Human versus Night Elf has always been one of the most enjoyable ones for me, and brings a specialty into the game of Warcraft that pretty much only this matchup provides, and that is the 2-base versus 2-base play. We almost see it nowhere else, but here we see it quite a bit. And what this matchup revolves around is oftentimes how quickly, how easily is going to be that second base for the Night Elf going to be coming up. If it's very easy, usually he should win, and if the Human can disrupt it as much as possible, then he'll have a good chance with the 70 supply push. That is the most standard way this can go. Of course, there's many different routes this matchup can turn out to develop in the end. For example, a first hero can already be questionable or can be unsure, as Moon showed us before a couple of days ago in a best of 5, picking a different first hero every single time. But Czech here, he's going to be playing with the Demon Hunter first, the most standard choice, especially here on AZ, very understandable.
To that, Czech has 50% versus the Human Race Romantic against Night Elf. One of his his weakest matchups with 50%, I guess, and also his statistics versus Czech in general are not that great. I think it's 5 maps to 2 or something. They met each other in the first GCS Asian qualifier for the Winter Edition in Group A, and there Czech took the win with 2-1. Would be a good revenge here for the young Romantic after the 4th place at GCS Summer, where he was just stopped by Foggy to win this qualifier or get in the grand final of this qualifier. He starts with an Archmage in the top of AZ with a Claw first, and according to Infi's nickname, claws in the early game are super important.
Top move intelligence as well for a little bit more right click. Question is this going to be an immolation aggressive build by Czech? He's going for the High Priest first here, or Shadow Priest rather. That's pretty standard though. That doesn't mean he necessarily has to go for immolation. On the other side of the map, we see another Wisp. If he actually wants to go for double Shadow Priest, that would be a sick investment into the early game. With that, he will have to get a lot of damage done. But so far, no. He's using it early to burn the Archmage. But he will have another Water Elemental here, regardless. And yeah, we can see that the Demon Hunter is holding on to his skill points, but now he does use them, and it's going to be the mana burn, not the immolation.
Yeah, and it's again Romantic not expanding too aggressively. Like, he scouted a lot before sending the militia out. Like, where's my opponent? What does he do? What's his inventory? And I really like that. It's not the super aggressive expansion play like Infi and TH do, but, you know, a little bit more information for what he has to deal with. And this works out great usually. But yeah, 3 archers or 3 times piercing damage. It's not that easy to deal with, but without immolation, I think the Night Elf can't do too much here.
But with both Water Elementals gone already, he's gonna take a bit of damage here on his peasants. One had already died, another one to fall here, and one more might be dying to the Warglaives of the Demon, and indeed he will. So that's 3 peasants lost so far. That's okay, but he doesn't want to lose more.
The item he got was a big healing, so he can tank a bit with the Archmage. He still has 6 footmen, so that's definitely enough to defend those 2 Archer, 1 Shadow Priest thingy. And Romantic goes for boots, maybe? Sells the TP for boots. Okay.
Interesting. But at the moment, especially with the boots, he's not in danger of dying. And yeah, if we take a look at the inventory with the Potion of Greater Healing, even less so. Does he really want to cancel something here, or does he just want to be aggressive to keep aggression from his own expansion? I think that's the play here, because obviously he's way too early for lures. Maybe a Moonwell could be his prize. Oh my god, if he gets the Hunter's Hall. Oh my god, if he gets this Hunter's Hall. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, there's no saving this. It's way too many footies, even if he repairs. This Hunter's Hall is dead.
And this delays everything for Czech. Game plan with Dryads Bears out the window for now. And this buys Romantic so much time. And I'm so happy that finally one of the pro players recognized the Achilles heel of the Night Elves. And this Hunter's Hall was way out of position, not secured at all. And yeah, Footmen, man, they are so strong in the early stages. Demon Hunter super low. Moon Juice empty there. Claws are helping. But okay, Moon Juice helps now. Hunter's Hall, rebuild, but the clock is ticking for Romantic. 3 Footmen in danger though, but there's no boost, just a big potion. He gets 1, but not the other 2. Good micro.
Okay, the Shadow Priest here would also be nice. Means no more disenchant or abolish against the Water Elemental. Summons it right away as it's falling. And now this Hunter's Hall, can he get the cancel again? Oh, he's not trying to.
Okay, you say the best defense is aggression. And Romantic's expansion, man, is so safe. It's untouched by now.
He has no lumber. Did he just forget to make peasants in the meantime or something?
By the shredder or something. Yeah, something went wrong.
I think he has to go for a shredder now. Otherwise, it's just going to take way too long. Is it available? Yeah, shredder is available. I think he forgot to make peasants. I think is what happened there.
He only has 3. The other 2 are building stuff. By the way, can you move your mouse a little bit away from the microphone? I hear basically every click.
Yeah.
You do. Nice. So, Czech. What can you do now? Everything is delayed. But there's no tech for Romantic, so that's really bad. I mean, everything for Czech was delayed, but as you mentioned, no lumber equals no tech. And also no blacksmith. So the Dryads are coming now. And what can he do against it? They will dispel the Water Elementals. There are so many footies though. I think he has to go for surrounds. And
oh my god, that's seriously so many footies. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's like 9 footies. Does he have a scroll of healing as well? No.
Not yet. Ooh, Archmage. Doesn't have a TP. Nice block again. Oh, Czech's blocking game is so strong recently. But there should be a Zeppelin if he doesn't fuck it up. Uses the big healing.
For a moment there I thought with mana burn and breath he might fall. But yeah, greater healing keeps him safe. And he further delays the Dryads. At least from 1 lore. But 1 lore already is good.
Oh, he gets the Shredder.
The Shredder.
Nice! Really well done. But how many Footmen will he lose? Oh, Zeppelin saves 1. This could be juicy experience for the Panda, but he's out of mana and can't get that AoE. Czech plays this, Romantic plays it so well.
Dude, and look at the Medivac Zeppelin. 4 footies in there. A scroll of healing here would be the shit, but he doesn't have one. But still he can do a lot of damage with these footies. Still, he's gonna lose 1 here, but 1, there's only 40 experience given up. That's totally fine.
Okay, the micro for Romantic is slipping a bit now. Okay, now he saves everything. No Orb of Venom for the Demon Hunter. And finally there's attack for Romantic.
Did he get the Shredder? Yeah, he got a Shredder himself.
And a Lumber Mill there for Masonry upgrade. We both love that upgrade. Blacksmith coming up as well to play a little SimCity at the expansion. But still level 1 Panda. No normal damage, just a little bit of piercing damage. And the Archmage keeps on being annoying. Doesn't have a Water Elemental though.
Yeah, he doesn't get the cancel this time. And respectable right clicks from the Demon. Oh, that region scroll once again.
Yep.
Juicy, juicy.
The floor of this Zeppelin must be drained in blood from all the hurt footmen that were in there.
That's why he's always like dropping a bit of juice. Have you ever noticed when you look at the Zeppelin long enough, there's sometimes some juice falling out of it? Yeah, that's the blood right there. Right. Now the Night Elf, as they oftentimes do, look for an engagement before the human has the big tier 2 60-70 supply army established. And yeah, for the time being it's only footies, but they are pretty healthy once again thanks to the scroll. And he will hunker down here in the back. His tier 2 is still fairly far from being done.
And only 1 tower.
Oh, on the other side we see Zappers coming in for Romantic.
Boop.
That wasn't too good though.
Nope. He can't finish it. Demon Hunter is there, but the Zapper made sure that the Demon Hunter has to go back, and then he can easily defend this with like 1 million footmen.
Yeah. True, true. And with the Shredder that Romantic has, he's going to have no issues having enough lumber for the mortar teams, which we've seen still, of course, recently, but less so than perhaps in the past, with a lot of rifles coming into the meta.
I think he has to start with rifles, though.
Yeah.
And then go into... But he doesn't build them. Ah, there's no blacksmith. He canceled the blacksmith. That's pretty bad.
And speaking of things that Czech has to do, usually that would be Counter Expo and Tier 3. And neither of those are even on the horizon for Czech. So I'm starting to get really worried for the Korean here.
There's no damage in Romantic's army coming up. There's a Naga now, okay. But no chance to go for rifles, no chance to go for mortars. He's gonna get a few casters, but then what? We're gonna have bears soon. Oh no, we won't! There's no tier 3 by Czech!
Yep, exactly.
Ah! Ha! Ha! Okay, that's a weird game.
But he really needs, like, blacksmith. He's still not making it. Like, you don't have to go for mortars, so you can just go rifles, but for that you need blacksmith as well. Alright, finally. Power build coming up in the natural. In the meantime, the Naga in trouble here versus the demon. So easy to hunt her down, but there will be a Zeppelin now to save the second hero. Once again, we see the humans being very light on defense. One guard tower in the main, one at the expo. If there were bears in the equation, this would be very dangerous. But yeah, as we said before, still only tier 2. But at least an expansion now coming for Czech.
Yeah, exactly. And with Dryads, you do have quite a bit of map control. You can split them, you can get a lot of information. Of course, with slow, you can pick up some units here and there, especially against casters. That's really nice, since they are very, very squishy.
Oh, so good by Romantic. He cancels it again. Not a Hunter's Hall this time. Not a... Oh, does he cancel it? I thought there were footies here somewhere. The footies are in the main. Is that really the right move? He's gonna kill one Ancient of Lore, but might the other kill not be the bigger one? He's gonna staff over to his footman. He also has a Scroll of Healing in here now. But the Panda is level 3.
And first Breath of Fire here. Can he get the second lore? I don't think he wants to dive in too deep, but he gets the Panda. Town Portal's out, though. I think that was too early with all the Moon Juice. Oh, Romantic. Gifting Czech his second hero.
That was a missed opportunity. I guess he was a little afraid that the Demon Hunter might be coming in, or the rest of the army. I think he TP'd out and then realized, crap, I could have gone for a surround.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what happened.
Face palming himself.
And that would have been a big kill, man. Level 3 hero.
And though the expansion is almost up, but there's still no tier 3. He has to rebuild the second engine of lore. He has lumber problems quite a bit. Heal Scroll, Beast Scroll, and Invo Potion on the Panda. And a healing potion on the Demon Hunter. But it's only Dryads. And the number of riflemen is growing steadily. Long range upgrade as well.
And he's gonna bring 2 Shredders to this fight. He had one. He just bought another one. Not for economy. He has 1,200 lumber. That should be enough for the rest of the game. And if everything goes according to plan, this game won't be lasting for too much longer. Romantic wants to finish this soon. Again, the Zeppelin coming into play. The Demon Hunter in trouble. Potion plus Scroll. Keep him alive for a little bit longer. But it's not so much damage here. The Dryads are decent. Or I should say good against the casters, but the footies, they're just completely untouched.
Yeah, he ignored them. Next healing scroll for the Demon Hunter, but I think he has to evacuate. They're out now, exactly. Romantic defending this fight. I don't know. He wanted to get rid of the casters and riflemen. He did a good job, as it seems only 1 or 2 casters and 1 rifleman survived this. But couldn't he just get rid of all of the footmen? But maybe he didn't want to, because they're blocking supply and they're not that good. But they are such a big meat shield.
If they never get killed. The thing though, the issue for Romantic is now he used the heal scrolls. He has none left. So this Panda could be an issue. But he doesn't even have Drunken Haze here, I see. He went for Brawler. And yeah, Romantic, I think, doesn't want to fight before he gets heal scrolls again. And the Archmage is running over.
Okay, this will take some time. He does have a staff to get back. Czech does not engage into this. Romantic with 600 gold. Still about an 80 supply against Czech's 50. Which is still only Dryads.
And he got 1 heal scroll here. And he's gonna move in again. This Panda certainly is dealing pretty good damage. Region scrolls also would be very, very nice. Now he has a few peasants here, so I wouldn't mind a shop and towers coming up as he's nearing the Night of Expo here. Breath after breath, but for now the Panda is out of mana. And still, check. So sitting on tier 2. Can you hope to win a game like this with no bears?
One more breath. Everything is green for Romantic right now. This breath was nice, level 4, but he can't follow this up. There is no damage in this army anymore except the Demon Hunter. He needs more mana. He needs to get back to the Moon World, but I don't know the juice situation. Oh, looking good. So Panda is MVP, but the question is for how long? He's towering this up now, level 5 on the Archmage. I mean, there's a lot of dispel, but also a lot of damage. 20 supply advantage for Romantic.
Yeah, these water elementals may get countered all the time, but the footies especially, there's nothing he can do against them. The heroes by themselves are not good enough. And
way too much. Oh, the deer block. Oh, the stack block.
This is just so much stuff, man. This is just so much stuff. If this Panda was level 5, yes, then this is certainly possible. But on level 3, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's why I question the position of the Breath of Fire in the first fight. If you get rid of, like, 8 footmen, you're super close to 5, and you might be able to turn this game around. But this is not possible, especially not without a Demon Hunter. Whoa! 7 HP. Naga follows him. Still doesn't get it. He gets a few Dryads in return, though. And the siege against the expansion is up with that 1 guard tower as Czech leaves the game and gives us the 1-0 lead for Romantic. Many mistakes by both players.
Yeah. I didn't want to say that, but...
Yeah, come on. I mean, that was blatantly obvious that both players did not play their best.
Yeah, I would agree. But I think the better player won here, Romantic, especially with that surgical strike towards the Hunter's Hall, delaying the Dryads by so much, canceling one of the lores later again, almost canceling the Tree of Life. That would have just been game right there. And Czech just not going to tier 3.
That was really weird. I don't understand
really
it. Also, if you do not go for tier 3, you can at least build an Engine of Wind for Fairy Dragons. But he didn't do that as well.
Yeah, Mass Dryads. I mean, maybe his idea was, alright, Mass Dryads, Mass Dispel, and Mass Slow, and then I pick off one unit after the next. And maybe if you get to 5-5, then Mass Dryads are good enough. But without 5-5, that just doesn't work.
I agree. Thank you very much, Todd, by the way, for the host for more than 600 viewers. I know I'm a little late with this, but we were busy with the game, I think. So nice that you're tuning in and hosting us for the 2nd day in a row. And thank you, Metzger, for the sub for 13 months already. Weiter so! With a lot of smiley faces. Thank you very much, my man. There's a lot of people now with a sub for over 1 year. That's great.
Some people even sub for over 2 years already.
Yes.
And the support from you guys is so awesome. Seriously, everyone who does helps us so much. We appreciate it. But also all the plebs out there. everyone who's just watching. We enjoy you being here as well. And I hope you enjoy the games. Yeah, as we said earlier, lots of Warcraft today. We still are busy here, of course, with the Asian Qualifier. But we're going to continue later, starting at 6 CEST with the Western Qualifier. Depending on how long this takes here, we're going to have a bit of a break in between. By the way, is the grand final going to be best of 3 or 5? Do you know?
It's best of 5.
All right.
In both qualifiers.
Cool.
And of course, we do this. This is the 6th day in a row that we cast Warcraft here for you at Back to Warcraft. Next week, Remo, we will disappoint a lot of viewers, but it's only going to be 5 days next week.
Damn, because of the Koreans, we're not hosting Host Cup this time because it's a national holiday in Korea and in Germany, funnily enough, as well, on the same day. But yeah, Wednesday through Sunday, once again, right? That's right?
It's absolutely correct. On Wednesday and Thursday, we have Neo Star League with the lower bracket round 2 and the winners final, I guess. And then Friday to Sunday is Race War time, baby. I'm so much looking forward to this. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, when was that? Do you remember? We had a Race War like way back, which was an offline tournament. Do you know what I'm talking about? In China?
Yeah, Race War. It was called Race War.
Wasn't it called Stars War or something?
Stars War was Europe versus Korea versus China.
Okay, so I got that mixed up. Okay.
Yeah, but it was the same organizer, so that is understandable that you mix it up. So, map 2. Boom. We're there. On AI. With the 1-0 lead for Romantic. Starting in blue in the bottom right. Going for the Archmage again. Check in teal with the Demon Hunter.
Yeah, no surprise that Czech goes to AI here as its response. Notoriously one of the, if not the worst map for human. Especially we've seen a lot of immolation staff action recently into the main when the human tries to creep up the expo, and that just is so annoying because you have to respond, so you have to TP back. Then of course you can drive the Demon Hunter away, but that costs so much time. Let's see if we see this happen once again. Both players, of course, going for their ogres first. Claws of attack were a nice find for Romantic earlier. Certainly helped at keeping that Demon Hunter at bay. Circle of Nobility only this time for him. And the Demon on the other side, he's gonna get the gloves, which is alright, but not amazing, of course. How quickly is Romantic gonna expand here? Is he gonna take one of the green caps first? Is he gonna take both of the green caps first? Or is he actually going to go for the expo right away? Already with the footy is harassing. Oh, and the footy steals the Shadow Priest. That is such a nice move.
Really cool. Romantic again, one step ahead. He was very, very strong against Night Elf recently. I mean, he crushed Lawliot in the lower bracket round 2. And he does have these small tricks, and if they work, he snowballs so hard with those tiny little moves. But AI, of course, is the hardest map for him. I wonder... I mean, this does not look like an expansion, but he oftentimes goes for a late expansion.
I think he's just checking out if there's an archer up here or something. And here come the militia. How many do we have? 2, 4, 6, 7. That's honestly not all that many for AI. But he has the Shadow Priest. He knows his opponent does not have the Shadow Priest, and that just gives him so much security. Just that one little pickup.
And another Water Elemental will be summoned most likely. Otherwise, the Mana Burn is coming in. Oh, Immolation it is. There's cooldown on the Water Elemental, so it's no Mana Burn in, at all. He's diving in for the Shadow Priest immediately, so the Immolation doesn't do any damage. Nice bait.
That detonate was so good. It damaged the Water Elemental and kept the Archmage from summoning the next one. With the level up, though, he did finally get it. He's going to take out most of his creeps. This might, I think, is the first Peasant fallen, and now the second Peasant falling, and here comes the damage now from Czech. Last hit goes towards the Archmage, though.
No, it was the Demon Hunter, right? I'm pretty sure. Or
no, the big one went towards the IM.
Okay. Oh, he's blocked though. Still damaged. It doesn't. You don't want to surround an Immolation Demon Hunter. So there's a lot of damage on Romantic's units, and the Archmage is low. This does look very good for Czech.
He kind of has to buy the boots of speed here. Yeah, he sells the talisman. But now he can't really go for the expo. Only 4 peasants left, and oh, even with him grabbing up the Shadow Priest, this still is such a rough human map.
No level 3 for Romantic.
Oh, he has the boots. Might be able to force a TP here. I think he will.
Yeah, TP out. But the expansion is so delayed. And if he did not forget to tech, which he didn't, it's close to completion. Ooh, that there's no Hunter Soul. Talon push, or did he really forget about it? I mean, this is a picture-perfect position for a Talon push.
We'll the AM is low as well. AM isn't even level 3 yet. And Naga would be so sick right now. And there comes the Naga.
Yeah, Naga. And he moves out with 4 Wisps. So maybe... Oh, surround almost. But Immolation again. So much mana, so much damage!
Jesus Christ.
Close to level 3. No tower up, no expansion up, just the shop. Right clicks against the Archmage. Czech pulls all the right strings here. Naga with a helping hand, but no Frost Arrow! Oh no! Bros,
mistake.
He could have ended the game right here, but disabled the Frost Arrow. Oh my god.
But still, there's no expo coming up, and this is, I mean, could have been done better, I guess. But still, this is looking so rough for Romantic. Oh my god.
Another kill.
It's just too much piercing damage. There's no way you can repel against this.
Well, actually, he shifts the focus, gets almost rid of the Berserker, but this is level 3 now. I would love to see level 2 evasion, but it's the 1-1-1 build. Go for the safe route. Romantic is trying his best, sending everything in that he has left with a few militia. But as you said, this is just way too much damage. Building the expansion now, but come on. Obviously no potion, but the Demon Hunter drops fairly low.
This is just like
double
disaster management. He's just hanging on by a thread here. He's still not level 3, as you said, man.
And there's like usually if there's a bad push and you get the expansion up, if you have like 6 footmen and you try to go for defense, then there is sometimes a chance for the human to come back. But you need level 3 for this. You need defend for this. You need more footmen for this. And there is double engine of wind for check now. Mass magic damage coming in, so defense doesn't help him at all.
Romantic gets a bit of a breather here. Finally, he will get level 3. Damn, dude, this is about damn time. And by the way, the moon juice is completely dry, and it just turned daytime. But at the same time, Romantic doesn't have the lumber to continue constructing in power build. This is just such a rough game.
Ay. Does he have the damn... Okay, now there's lumber again. At least he can finish the town hall.
That's only 4 footies. Whew. Alright. Town hall's up. Mass peasants, mass footies. Romantic will not beat tier 2 in this entire game, I think. Can he hold on?
At least he has level 3. But tech is so far away. The check is giving him quite some time.
Yeah, I also wonder, is he not giving him too much time here? I guess he wanted to buy some potions with the demon. Also, with the time he spent not being aggressive, he did heal up with the Shadow Priest, so the demon is full HP. And but this push, dude, this push is so scary. And he only has 5 footies at the moment without defend.
There are 2 water elementals, but afterwards the Archmage should be dry due to the mana burn. And yeah, he scares the army away with basically the Demon Hunter only. More experience from those water elementals and Fury Fire plus focus. It's just so strong right now. As I said before, picture perfect timing for this talent push, and since this is heavy armor, they do a lot of damage towards the towers as well. Loses 1 and 2 though. But level 2 on the Naga for Fork Lightning. No more water elementals for the longest time.
Yeah, but the peasants aren't even minding here. Immolation once again, more damage towards the footies. And yeah, with all that magic damage plus the Fairy Fire, they just melt away. Archmage in trouble now himself. He will be able to run away quickly enough with the Boots of Speed, but... Alright, Militia coming from the main. Can they repel this?
I think it's just kiting. Stutter stepping. And a massacre this is. Especially once, now that the Naga is back. Does have a lot of mana for Fork Lightning. Doesn't skill it yet though. Ooh, he volleys a Shadow Priest.
Come on, dude. This is like...
Yeah,
GG. This is over.
10-minute game! And it's the equalizer. So we go into map 3 between them. The winner will face Moon in the grand final of this qualifier.
And Kai Katze just subbed for 13 months as well, like Metzger. Thank you very much, man.
Yeah, something was up like 1 year ago. I don't know. October 16? What was it? Wasn't the WCA qualifier for sure. Or was it? I don't know. Painful to watch as a human player, so says. Yeah, but I mentioned this yesterday. I don't understand why human players are not trying a rifle push on AI. I don't understand it.
I mean...
How often did you see an expansion work on AI?
I mean, a bunch of times. It is the hardest map, yes, of course.
Yes, of course.
The question I ask is, why don't they veto it? That is what I ask.
Of course, I would love to know what the vetoes are, but we don't know that at the moment. No, they won't veto TR, right? Because close position possibility. Twisted.
Yeah, Twisted is also very so
Maybe they don't want to play the long tank game on TM, but there's 2 vetoes. Terranas is one, most likely.
Yeah, but I just think AI is the worst. Like,
yeah. I mean, if it's still in and you really don't like the other maps, then try a rifle push. I mean, Imperius is successful with it, making it to Holes Cup semifinals, making it to IFAN Cup finals when that was a thing.
But against the very best Night Elves, if they got an idea that
it is super hard as well, of course. I don't say the rifle push will work a lot better, but if you practice it a bit, I mean, especially the Chinese humans, do they know how a rifle push works? I don't know, because they rarely play it at all. But I think there's a good possibility.
I also think, though, especially when you're the one to get the Shadow Priest, I think there's a better way of creeping that expansion. I think Czech didn't do that perfectly. Of course, it's still going to be rough with the Immolation, Demon Hunter level 2 and 3 archers there.
Yeah. Well, maybe they're just a bit stubborn. And we've seen that in the past, that players are not, like, reacting to what could be a better development, but still play their stubborn old school style.
Yeah.
And bang their head against the wall. But we'll see how things pan out. 3rd game coming up. We don't know the map yet. Map is still not up yet.
Unless it's vetoed, I would say Last Refuge.
Yeah, same.
One of the few good human maps. And usually Night Elves, it seems to me, veto Turtle Rock because they really don't want to deal with close positions.
Yeah, we saw it yesterday in Hawk versus Sonic. Why this is so bad.
Who do you think would have the better chances against Moon in the final?
I think it depends a lot on how well Romantic knows how Moon plays. Like, if he has the standard creep routes for Moon in his head, then he knows what to do against it. Especially, like that was the case against Lawlight yesterday. He knew every single move that Lawlight did, he knew it before and had a counter to it. Against Czech, this doesn't seem to be the case. To that degree. And Czech, well, it was close, but I think Moon was, in that best of 3 we saw prior, the superior player. I don't know how that transcends into a best of 5, though. It's hard to say. I think Moon is the favorite, doesn't matter against who he plays.
I think so, too. I imagine, though, most of our viewers would see it similarly to me, that we would prefer not to have the mirror in the grand final. I mean, yes, Night of Mirror, especially in Asia, can be very exciting, but I want to see Moon busting out the Tinker first again and stuff. And that's not going to happen in the Night of Mirror, of course.
Yeah, and Splix is saying it as well. There is no standard play of Moon against human.
Yeah.
That is true.
And of course, it's about prize money, but all players are qualified already, so maybe Moon's going to bust out some special strats again.
Tinker first.
So
Firelord first.
Earlier this week in NSL, we had Tinker first, Warden first,
Dark Ranger?
Panda first.
Panda first, exactly.
Dark Ranger first, and Beastmaster first.
So, game is up for me. Oh, yeah, there we go. It is Last Refuge. Pretty much the standard nowadays, or especially in this tournament this week, to see. Oh, it's paused for some reason. Is it a bug or is it just the 3-minute delay that I intercepted? What is it? I can see it. Nothing is happening for me. Is it working for you?
No. For me, it says still in protection period.
Oh, okay, so I right-click check and then said game watching. Maybe I have to wait the 3-minute delay. Before the 3-minute delay.
Yeah, I think so.
Weird that it protects you from viewing it, but I'm in-game.
That's really strange. Maybe it's just for people on the friends list, but I mean, you're also basically sitting out the delay, right?
Yeah.
I open up check stream here, and yeah, it seems to be they seem to be in their game now, and they're just starting their game, so should be ready for us here in a moment.
All right. You see the players again. 22 years. I think like I feel that Romantic is amongst us for so many years now, and he's only 22. I mean, he has been there in 2013 already. Very, very young.
Yeah, and considering, like, I guess, in which group he finds himself, and that is pro Warcraft 3 gamers, he's also really mature, in my opinion.
Yes, very cool view of things.
Yeah. And he's, like, for example, total opposite of WFZ, who is, like, very secluded, very introvert. Romantic always tries to hang out with people and get to know them. Even after his loss at GCS, when I asked him, "Want to have a beer with us?" and he was like, "I don't know, man, it's not feeling so good." But later on, he came around and, like, started to hang out with the other people a little.
Yeah, especially with Ugri. I think they bonded really well. Having a lot of beers in the last night of the event. And Romantic, I think, like, when Foggy streams, people are making a bit of fun of his English, but Foggy always responds with, "I'm speaking with my heart, so you can understand whatever I say," and that is true, and that is so much more true for Romantic. His English is definitely not the best, but the way he says things, you just feel what he wants to express, and that's very, very cool. Can you join the game now? Because for me, it's still not working.
I see it now. It just appeared.
It's still paused for me.
I think it's working.
Okay, maybe I have to leave this.
Yep, I'm in the game now.
Okay, I'm following you.
So.
Oh no!
It doesn't say you're already in the room. Stuff?
Yep.
Yeah, you have to restart NetEase.
Oh. Okay, good that there's a solution, at least. I thought it would be a bug like forever, but apparently it's not. So
it should work. It should work, Neo. Don't you worry.
Nah, I never worry when you're by my side.
Don't you worry.
Don't you worry, child.
LR, one of the few good maps that Human has here against Night Elf. A few different ways to play it on both sides. Humans can go for the green camp first into expansion, or go for the instant expansion, or if they're really feeling frisky that day, maybe even go for the Merc camp first, but it's pretty risky being frisky. Demon Hunter can look for very early aggression, but by only taking out the Ogre Warrior and then going for the expansion of their opponent to harass. That's what Foggy likes to do if the human goes for instant expo. But I only ever see that be working out very well for Foggy. Somehow he's the king of immolation, it seems to me.
Yeah, right? He does it better than almost anybody else. Lawliot did it really well in 2015 and 16. But also not that great anymore. There was this one game where Lawliot realized that I have to harass now a lot with immolation. He was level 2 already. Then through the harass, he got to level 3. And he decided, okay, I want to stay in here longer. I have a good amount of mana, so if I don't lose my HP, then I can stay in that situation long, and went for evasion level 2. That was so cool to see. That was really refreshing.
You're a really big fan of evasion level 2, aren't you?
Very situational, though.
Does it work for you, by the way?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay, good. Because now the first, strategic moves will come into play. We have instant expansion from the human, and it is kind of Foggy-esque, I guess, if you want to call it. Demon Hunter running across. It's holding the skill point for now. Is it going to be mana burn?
It's Huntress Hall. It's definitely immolation. It has to be. Yeah, there we go. Gets the Water Elemental, and this is very unusual for Romantic to go for that instant expansion. I thought Czech would be surprised by this, but not at all.
Usually it's Infi who especially likes to go for the expo first, but Romantic doing it himself now. Oh, unfortunate end snare, another peasant kill, and with his aggression, you really want to find level 2 as the demon. He's very, very close now, but not quite there.
But he kept the Archmage from level 2 as well. And the follow-up for Czech is it Dual Engine of War? Yes, Mass Huntress coming in. Again, just as in the game against Moon, and for Romantic, it's so hard to react to this now.
Yeah, peasants have to come from the main to reinforce the working force. The Demon Hunter being very ballsy here with below 100 HP, looking for more damage. I don't quite know about that move. Maybe just for scouting to see if it's coming, but using a TP just for that, that just looked like a mistake at least. Oh, he didn't even finish one of the trappers here with the archer earlier.
Yeah.
That would have given him level 2.
Oh, that's right. It would have been a good amount of evasion. Does he go for evasion now? Yes, he does. It's mass damage coming. But the Archmage is distracting, and once again, Romantic, I think it's very smart bringing the fight to Czech to create some time for the expo. He's only building with 4, though.
Oh, and he sees the wisps moving over.
Yeah.
Of course, there's no mana burn to work with here, so there will be water elementals, and the detonate will be used against those. Oh, the town hall is still not done yet. Oh my god, this is going to be so many peasant kills.
Number 1.
One more.
Number 2.
2 more. Oh my god.
It's horrible to watch.
And here come the wisps detonating against the mana. No water elementals for you, my friend. And the footies. It's so easy to micro with the hunts against the footies here. He's not losing anything and he's finding so many kills himself. He's expecting maybe some APs over here, but they're not coming.
Yeah, I expected them as well, but he was low on resources, producing more Huntress most likely. Which is the wiser choice, I guess. Oh. The expo is finished though, but that was super high cost.
That is such an expensive expansion, man. Oh my god. One more peasant dies. And another one. I haven't really been counting, but I think that should be like 7 by now. Maybe even more.
Bringing more wisps. Czech places so well, and now it's an overwhelming mass of Huntress. No immolation anymore though, but there's still area of effect. He gets rid of the water elemental. Level 3 in less than 6 minutes. Without creeping too much. That's pretty sick. And everything is hurt. He doesn't have a shop. He doesn't have towers. He has nothing.
Yeah. This seems to be the new Night Elf play here on LR. I've seen this so much recently. And I don't know how Romantic can hold on here, man. One footy after the next will be killed. Level 3 Archmage is the big turning point.
So
when you face mass hunts, but there's just no way he's getting the kills.
And more
this is kind of over, man. There's no towers at the expansion. The Archmage is surrounded. He sold his TP before.
Yeah, that's game. That's game for sure. And Romantic is out, claiming the 3rd place in this qualifier. 6-minute game only on LR.
Wow.
You're right, especially against the Korean Night Elves. I think the Chinese, they don't play it that much. But the Korean Night Elves, Lawliot came... I don't want to say came up with it, because Foggy was, I think, the one who did it first. Recently. I mean, this is not a new tactic, but on LR, you know, with the timings, etc. You have to go for the Merc Camp first, I think.
I want to say the same thing. So the obvious counter to this is delay your expo, get level 3 earlier, and get Merc Camp support. So that's the easy answer on paper. Question is, how hard could the Night Elf punish the Merc Camp creep? And I'm not sure. I don't think too hard though, because he's going to show up at the Merc Camp with the demon level 1, and maybe immolation, maybe not. You're going to have the Shadow Priest though, so you're going to be able to heal as well. I mean, I'm not a human player, but I think that should be doable without too much damage.
I agree. But yeah, Romantic in GCS, he had the 4th place. Now it's the 3rd place. and he will be happy to go to Shanghai as well, I imagine. So should be fine for him. We have the grand final coming up in this qualifier. That is going to be Moon versus Czech, another Knight of Mirror, this time a best of 5. And the winner bracket final between them was very entertaining, with bottom openings, with a lot of glaive throwers, with a lot of talons, and basically everything that the Night Elf has. Hippo riders as well. So the only unit lacking was Mountain Giants, I think. And Chimeras. We haven't seen Chimeras as well. So for all the Knight of Mirror enthusiasts out there, this is going to be a treat. Basically, like, for me and a few others out there who are smart. And yeah, we'll go for that best of 5. And then we have the Western qualifier up as well. So Warcraft all day here at Back to Warcraft with Remo and Neo. And we're going for a small break again before we go into the grand finale. The 5th race is playing against Uncle Czech.